a burning question tonight. Why did the publisher of the Nat'l Enquirer just get immunity to speak to the feds? Here with the backstory on this, Howard Kurtz, host of Media Buzz. Howie, good to see you tonight.
Hi, Martha.
This is the man who publishes the Nat'l Enquirer. There's a lot of history here. He obviously has immunity now. What does all this mean?
Well, David Pecker, for those who don't know, is a very good and longtime friend of Donald Trump, so it's a big-time headache for the president. Now, we already know, thanks to the reporting of the Wall Street Journal and others, that Pecker has already told prosecutors under this immunity deal that Donald Trump knew that he was buying the rights to Karen McDougal's story. She's the former Playboy model for $150K in order to bury that story. And we know from that secret Michael Cohen tape that Cohen and Trump were discussing whether to then buy the rights directly from the Enquirer. And Trump says on that tape, well, what if David Pecker gets hit by a bus? From the president's point of view, this is worse than Pecker getting hit by a bus. He's got an immunity deal with prosecutors.
All right. So where do we think all this is going? There are also reports tonight that he has been keeping under lock and key documents for many years. This is an interesting form of friendship, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the alliance between this supermarket tabloid and the now president hasn't been kind of an open secret. I mean, it's done a lot of cheerleading for Donald Trump, and it's gone after his rivals, whether it was that ludicrous story about Ted Cruz's father somehow being linked to the JFK assassination. There was also a headline in 2016, Hillary, 6 months to live. I don't say that any of this puts Donald Trump in legal jeopardy. We don't know that. But politically speaking, it's another former confidant like Michael Cohen, in a very different way like Omarosa, who is turning on the president in order to get leniency, and it could lead to some landmines here. Certainly, it tarnishes American Media Inc., the parent company of the Enquirer, as a media operation, because it's not a good look to have your CEO have to be in such fear of legal jeopardy that you go make a deal with the feds.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly isn't. But do you think anybody's going to be really shocked that the Nat'l Enquirer, I know you say that they do occasionally break stories that are real stories, but they also put a lot of, I mean, does this really hurt their reputation is my open question to you.
Right. Well, I know a lot of people mock the Enquirer, and it does spread around a lot of what I call cash for trash, but it's also, I've talked to their editors and reporters who are these old-fashioned gumshoes who knock on doors, and they did break, for example, the John Edwards sex scandal story in 2008 that knocked him out of the presidential race. Trump once said the Enquirer should win a Pulitzer, so it's kind of a mutual admiration society. The relationship probably going to be a little more strained. But the question is, does Pecker know additional secrets involving Donald Trump, involving other tabloid-type episodes that could be of interest to federal prosecutors, or is this just going to be a one or two day story?
I mean, is he going to trade some of that information that he has under lock and key to make sure that nothing happens to him?
Will the federal prosecutors get keys to that safe? There's probably a lot of secrets in that safe down in Boca Raton. But, yeah, that's very much an open question.
Everybody seems to be taping each other, recording each other.
What's up with that?
keeping all their communications and locked up in their house. Most friends don't operate this way, but that's what we got. Howie, thank you very much.
It's a tabloid world. Thanks.
Yeah, it sure is. All right, so we have seen the word impeachment thrown around an awful lot lately. Oddly enough, though, not by many Democrats.